Today we are talking tiers with this was the afternoon slate, the flea flicker. I got into some tier games this week. I actually didn't really play the main slate. I focused on tiers, and I just want to talk about some of the percentages that was on Results TV for the big tournament, and really talk about how exploitable this game could be if we think about it the right way. So, Pat Mahomes and Baker Mayfield were both 55% owned from the field, which I get because that was such a good game environment. Um, but I think there are ways we can exploit high ownership towards one person and really, really get into the weeds on learning how to play this game. So everybody wanted to play Mahomes and Mayfield here. I'm just going to get right to it. Aaron Rodgers at 24% owned, getting massive, massive leverage off the Mahomes and Mayfield chalk. Um, I know that Patrick Mahomes is the more physical quarterback, um, giving him a much higher ceiling. Um, but I think that given the ownership discount being as massive as it is for Aaron Rodgers, makes Aaron Rodgers a much better play despite the result. Uh, if you told me Aaron Rodgers threw for 200 yards and three touchdowns, I think that's in the realm of possibility. Everybody wanted to go with Mahomes, and for good reason. But if you leverage the field with Aaron Rodgers, I think, again, despite the result, that was a good pivot. You could have double stacked that game with Jameis Winston, and if that game goes off, then you have massive leverage against the field. I also think that Travis Kelsey being 36% owned and Tyreek Hill only getting 23% ownership is another massive way you could have gotten leverage on this field. I know that Travis Kelsey sees more volume, and I know Tyreek Hill is more of that boom bust option if he doesn't break a big one. It's kind of hard for Tyreek Hill to hit value. Um, but Hill at 23%, I think that was much too low. I think if you're going from 36 to 23%, I think more people should have taken the risk. Um, Kareem Hunt, the pass catching back, didn't get a lot of love. Jarvis Landry got more of it. I think you could have stacked Mayfield, Hunt, and Landry in this contest and been comfortable. So while many people were focusing on the passing game in this tournament, I think you could have pivoted to one of the Browns running backs and gotten positive leverage if you wanted to play Hunt at low ownership. He is the pass catching back, so you could fit him into stacks with Mayfield if you wanted. Kamara at 20% owned, I think for the amount of balls he was projected to catch, um, I think with the amount of work he does get in the red zone, I think 20% is too low owned. Although we are seeing a new offense in New Orleans, um, Kamara didn't necessarily get you there with 18 fantasy points. But if you want to stack Kamara, Winston, and Callaway, I think that was very viable. Um, Mac Jones in tier 2, much tougher sell. Didn't see how he could be the highest scoring person in tier 2. I personally didn't go with any Mac Jones. Um, but there were good good reason to go with Mac Jones and Jacoby Myers if you wanted to. And then if you wanted to play Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you could have played Clyde Edwards-Helaire in tier 4. That's not the route I would have gone in most of my lineups. I did play Clyde Edwards-Helaire in one of my lineups and got the ownership discount. I would have went with the passing game. If you played a lot of Aaron Rodgers, I think Marquez Callaway was a good bringback. So there were multiple ways. You could have played Mahomes with Hill instead of Kelsey. You could have played Rodgers and Adams and faded Mahomes. And also gotten negative leverage on the high Aaron Jones ownership at 44%. You could have targeted Jameis Winston and played Winston with Callaway. Or you could have just targeted the Giants and the Broncos, which was a worse game environment, but had very, very low ownership. So let's take a look at the winning lineup here. This winning lineup had Winston. It played Mahomes at 55% ownership with Hill. So didn't play Hill and didn't play Mahomes and Kelsey. Played Mahomes and Hill. So got the huge ownership discount from going from Kelsey to Hill. Brought that back with Jarvis Landry at seemingly low ownership. And then stacked the Giants and the Denver game. So this lineup is well correlated, it's well leveraged, and put up 176 fantasy points. Brought home first place and $10,000. Would I have played Winston on his own? No. I also do think that people really underestimated Jameis Winston's ability to run. So this is the lineup that won the flea flicker. This lineup played Mahomes, Hill. Again, brought it back with Landry. Played a bootlegged Gordon without a giant bring back. And played Jalen Waddle. So this lineup wasn't as correlated, but got the huge ownership discount on Waddle here in tier 6. So top 2 lineups, very well built, well correlated for the most part. So these are the lineups I built. I bet on Aaron Rodgers a lot. I played Rodgers, Adams, Tunyon. Got access to Mayfield and Landry. Brought it back with Helaire. Didn't work out. I had Kamara, Winston, and Callaway. Winston had 5 passing touchdowns. 1 went to Kamara. I mean, this was a slate where if you didn't get the 40 points from Mahomes in the captain, it was very hard. Not the captain, the tier 1. It was very hard to win. Then I played Gaskin and Myers, got the lower ownership from that game. And then this one again, I played Rodgers. Oh, I showed you that lineup. So those were my lineups. I still think you have to correlate your lineups. I still think you have to take more risks in this type of game mode to excel. Didn't work out for me this week, but I could show you lineups that have won with the techniques that I am talking about here. So if you ever have a minute, take a look at ResultsDB and look at what people are doing versus what you're doing, and really try to hone in a strategy that way. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.